Answering these three things is going to help you to identify the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back in life. Hi guys, welcome back to the Legacy Builders, where we help new entrepreneurs achieve their goals by teaching them how to develop the correct self-image to do so. My name is Brian Mills, your self-image coach, and today's video I'm going to help you to identify the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back in life by answering three simple questions. And if you stick with me till the end, I'll share with you a very simple technique that you can use to get rid of those things that have been holding you back and start moving forward in life. Let's get right into the video. So the first question that you want to answer is, what is pulling my life? What is the big idea that's driving you? That's whether consciously or unconsciously dictating the decisions that you make in life. For me, I struggled with self-sabotage for a very long time, and from a very young age as well. And I didn't notice it until about, say, 3 or 4 years ago, when I asked myself this question: what is the big idea? What is the thing that's pulling my life? And the reason why I struggled with self-sabotage is because I had the idea in my mind that doing the very best that I could do made other people around me uncomfortable. Now, I'm not going to go into why I had that idea planted in my mind from a young age, but because of that, it caused me to have those self-sabotaging behaviors all throughout my early childhood, not early childhood, but my early teens, my 20s, and now in my early 30s. I was able to overcome it by doing one simple thing that I'm going to discuss later on in the video. But I want to ask you, what is the big idea? What is the thing that's holding you back? What is the thing that's pulling your life? Because that's the thing that's holding you back. So answer that question for yourself. I want you to write it down. Think about it. What is the big idea? And take some time. It's not something that you have to come up with right now, but when you're alone, when you have some time to really sit down, think about it. What is the big idea that's been pulling me? And why do I think that? And I don't want you to go so far down memory lane as to going into where did this whole thing originate from. Where it originated from is not as important as you understanding and identifying the big idea right now. Once you've identified the big idea, that's the meat of it. That's the most crucial thing that you need to do, right? All right, so the second question I want to ask you is, how do you think and how do you feel about yourself? And when you're writing the answers down to this question, I want you to write it in the past tense. So I don't want you to write I see myself as or I think of myself as. I want you to say I saw myself as and I thought of myself as, or I felt about myself this way. Just write it in the past tense. The reason why you're going to do this is because we are establishing we're going to establish new ideas, right? And in the technique that I'm going to share with you towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you get rid of, or how you start the process to get rid of these negative ideas that have been holding you back in life. Right? So I want you to write it down in the past tense. Now, for myself, I saw myself as someone that if you were to put me in a crowd, I would easily stand out. I'm 6'2". I'm tall. I'm not a slim guy. You know, I'm a former football player, so you could imagine. And you're seeing me on the screen. I'm not a small dude, so I'd physically stand out. But I also knew that I had potential to do things a lot greater than how I was doing them. Not saying that I was better than anyone around me, because it's not necessarily a competition kind of thing, but saying that I am someone that I know that I can do a lot better than what I was doing. So if you were to put me in a crowd, you could say, hey, that dude has a lot of potential. That dude can do a lot better than what he's doing. But what I was actually doing, even though I knew that other people around me were saying that, I was desperately trying to dim my light, so to speak, where I was trying to not stand out so much, not be so noticeable with certain things. And because of that, it hindered me. It caused me to operate with a lot of low self-esteem, low confidence, because I thought that, doing my best would make other people uncomfortable around me. So I stopped operating at the very best that I could operate, stopped doing the very best that I could do, which made me basically angry and uncomfortable with myself. So I operated with a lot of low self-esteem and low confidence. And then it also put me in a position where I was hindering myself with a lot of self-sabotaging habits. Because I knew I could do better, and because I knew that I had the ability to do better, I would start off things good, but then after a while it would start crashing down, and I just didn't understand why. And as I said, it wasn't until a few years ago that I realized that, hey, it's because of that big idea that was governing my life, that was pulling my life along. And it wasn't until I was able to identify it, get rid of it, and replace it, that I started seeing some progress in my life. So what is that thing for you? How did you see yourself? And what did you think about yourself, right? Remember to write it down in the past tense. All right, question number 3. Now we're all in a place where we're adults, right? We're earning money, we're working. You're trying to make a living, you're trying to advance and do things that you want to do so you can live the way that you want to live. But the big question that I want to ask you right now is, what do you think about money? Right? That's a huge thing, because the way you think about money is going to determine what type of relationship you have with money. Is it something that stays far away from you, or is it something that is always near you and it just continues to come to you easily and effortlessly? See, when it comes on to money, my family is from Jamaica. And any of you that have Jamaican friends, or you're from Jamaica yourself, or you have Jamaican family, you know that Jamaicans are one of the hardest working people. Jamaicans are not afraid to have one job, not afraid to have 2 jobs, not even afraid to have 3 jobs. I've been there before where I tried to work 3 jobs. Highly unrecommended. It puts so much stress on the body, and you still at the end of the day don't have the type of money that you think you would have working 3 jobs. You see, the idea that I grew up with around money is that if you want a lot of money, you have to work hard for it. See, I grew up in a household hearing that, money doesn't grow on trees. And then hearing even my grandmother, I used to remember her saying, because I'm from New York, I was born in New York. I remember her saying things like, if me and Mr. Con Edison is friends, when you would leave, me and my cousins would leave lights on in the living room or in the bedroom or whatever the case is. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand me. I'm not saying that to say that I had a hard upbringing. I definitely wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't get everything that I wanted, but I didn't have a hard upbringing, right? But I say that to say this: it established a relationship with money for me that was not a good one, right? And I had to kind of unlearn those things about money as I got older, to realize that, hey, money is something that the harder you work for it doesn't necessarily equate to how much of it you're going to have. Especially as I saw managers and bosses, as I entered the workforce, I was doing a lot more work than they were doing, a lot more physical things than they were doing. I have family members that do construction, do a lot of physical hard labor. But those that are in the office, those that are running the show, have a whole lot more money than those that are actually doing the work. So I want to ask you, what do you think about money? What is your relationship with money? And how has it hindered your life so far? I want you to write it down. And if you're comfortable, Share it in the comments. Let me know what, if you're comfortable sharing any of the answers that you've answered to the 3 questions that I've asked you so far. Share them down below in the comments and let me know. What do you think, right? How do you think about money? What do you think about yourself? What's the big idea that's been driving you? Did any of you resonate with any of the answers that I had? Did you struggle with any of the same things that I struggled with? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, bonus time. For those of you that stuck around with me until this point in the video, I want to let you know I appreciate you. And as promised, here is the bonus. Now, it's a very, very simple technique, but I don't want you to overlook its simplicity and to think that it has no effect. Because what this technique is going to do is it's going to help you to open up your mind consciously to get rid of those negative ideas that have been hindering you so far and help you to start making room to establish new, fresh ideas. Now, the technique that I want to share with you is this. As you wrote down all of the answers to those 3 questions that I asked you, I want you to crumble it up and I want you to throw it in the trash. But I don't want you to stop there. I want you to take that trash bag that you just threw it in, and wherever the trash compactor is, or wherever what you do, and wherever you live, whether there's a garbage can in the garage, wherever it is that you throw your trash out at, I want you to physically take that bag and go throw it out. What is this going to do? This is going to set your mind up consciously to say that, hey, I just took some negative thoughts and negative ideas that I have been carrying in my life up to this point, and I put it physically on paper. So I took it from the inside in my head and I put it outside in a physical form. And then what I did with that was take that physical thing and put it in a trash. I threw it away. I threw it out. And then I took that trash and put it outside of my house where it's going to be incinerated, taken away. It's going to be far away from you, right? If you stop halfway and just take it and throw it in the trash, and then you wait a couple days to put it out, it negates the effects of what we're trying to achieve here, which is consciously setting in your mind that I took these negative things and I threw them out and I got rid of them, right? Now, in the next video, what I'm going to do is share with you how to replace the negative thoughts and ideas that you just threw out, how to replace them with some new, fresh ideas, how to develop a mindset of growth and get rid of that stagnant, stuck feeling, right? Now, if you've enjoyed the video so far and you've gotten value from this, I want you to do me a huge, huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button and then comment the word value down below. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications, because as I said, I'm going to be sharing with you in the next video how to replace those negative ideas with new, fresh ones and develop a mindset of growth. Once again, this is the Legacy Builders channel. My name is Brian Mills, your self-image coach. Hope I see you in the next one.